So, now more than ever, we have to learn how to manage our minds and our emotions. And because that's my day job as a life coach and I've had psychology training, I wanted to jump on board and share anything with you in the hope that it could help. With a preface that I am not an expert at all, and I'm not claiming to be one. In fact, no one is. Because no one at any point in psychology training, counseling training, therapy training, did we get a chapter and accompanying worksheets on what to do with the pandemic. There isn't even a similar situation where there's mass self-isolation. This is pretty unique. No one knows what to do. However, we're all just trying to help with the resources and skills that we have. So my advice on how you consume this information, these helps, and whatever else is out there is see what you resonate with. Take that, and if you don't resonate with something else, find someone else to learn off. And also trial different things. So the thing that is happening right now is we are all going through different stages of grief, stress. The 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, for example. People going through this at different progress. Some are whizzing through, others are still in certain phases. Yeah, so there's shock as well, complete fear, lots of different emotions going on. Okay, so but my biggest advice is please do not judge or criticize yourself or others, because that doesn't help. So if you see someone that's whizzed through this shock and they're now switched their business online and they're out there being of service to people and they got home workouts in place and they just look like they're doing fine, don't judge them, but don't judge yourself for not being there yet. If you need a movie marathon and staying in one place, that's fine. That's how you deal with emotion. Just don't stay there for a week or even longer than 2-3 days. And don't also judge or criticize others. So if you see someone panic buying or acting in a way that you think they shouldn't, notice that. There's no point in you judging and criticizing. All that does is create stress in your body and fear and anger in your mind. And then all that does is create a separation from you and them. And then what signal that sends to you and your subconscious is that you live in a divided world where you have to watch out for people. Some crazy people doing this, some people that are just horrible. And then you are living in fear and stress. Don't do that to yourself. No. Choose compassion over criticism to yourself and to others. So if you see someone acting in a way that you wouldn't, chill. You don't know what's going on with that person. So seek compassion. Come up to them and just ask them if they're okay. Now's a time for compassion to unite people. Right, so that's what's going on. You may be having thoughts that cause panic. So I'm just going to delve into a little bit into unhelpful thoughts at this time. I also actually want to say the good in this. There is good in this. There's good in everything. There's a gift in this. And the gift in this one is, I think before we were doing mental health in theory. We had a mental health awareness week every year and we'd hear about what we should do or other cases. But now we are being asked to do mental health in practice, applied mental health. And if before, if anything happened, if we had to deal with anything, we had our own coping strategies such as burying yourself in work, striving for achievement, or going to the pub with your mates, drinking, emotional eating, exercising. We had certain coping mechanisms. We had certain tools in our toolbox of happiness and mental health. These are being taken away from us. And when something is taken away from you, again, grief, loss, panic, but this means that you can develop new tools, new mental health tools, positive psychological tools to help you. And then so when you come out of this on the other side, you will have a robust way of dealing with any situation. You will never need a resilience training. This is applied resilience training right now. So good mental health workout is what's happening. And what we have to do is manage our minds. So what isn't helpful is unhelpful thoughts about the future. Like, when is this going to end? How long is it going to go for? Oh my God, I'm going to get so bored. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to get so fat. Okay, these thoughts are not only not useful, but they aren't facts. They are not true. You have never lived this exact experience. Comparing this to Christmas, for example, is not accurate. Okay, So if those aren't facts, but you are making thoughts that are worst case scenario, understand that this is fiction. It's a work of fiction that you're doing. I'll get fat, I'll get bored, I'll get this. You're making things up. You're projecting and you've got worst case scenario. So if you're thinking fictional thoughts, how about some other thoughts to think instead? Switching it to, I haven't been through this, but I'm gonna be fat and bored, I'm going to come out fighting fit. I'm going to have access to so many high quality trainers out there that I've never been able to try because of location, because of they've been fully booked. So many other workouts that have now suddenly come online for free. I can try them all. I can cool down after my workout, when before I used to leave the class early and run to be the first one in the shower so that I could get to work on time and sacrifice my own flexibility for getting to work on time. I don't have to do this anymore. That's a thought you could be having. I have so many things I've always wanted to do and thought I never had the time to do it, so I can try them out. It doesn't matter if it takes me a week to actually get to it. However I get to it, I'll get to it. This is a time where I can share and I've got a wider audience. For example, some of my talks and workshops have gone virtual. This means my international clients can see me. This means I have a wider reach. There's things that are good for me. And there's things that are good for you as well. So if you just find the positivity, find and search, you don't know if it's going to happen. But what I'm asking you is, what would you rather focus on? Some thoughts that will cause you to shrink, if those thoughts that like panic in the worst case scenario, they narrow, they cause cortisol, and when cortisol in your brain narrows your thoughts to action repertoire, so you are going to be living in a state of fear. If you have those positive kind of thoughts and creative thoughts, what happens is your brain relaxes. It's in a positive brain state, and from that state, more creativity, more calm, more connection, more compassion, you'll get more things done. So this is a super short video. I could talk for hours on any other subject. If this helps, tell me. If it doesn't, don't tell me. No, tell me. Share it with anyone that you want to share it. What I'm doing with my coaching is I'm breaking up. You don't have to buy a package to work with me. You can do half-hour sessions, hour sessions, or hour-and-a-half sessions. And I'm doing a sliding scale on pay. So if you're really hard up, but you really, really need some emotional support and just managing your mind, just call me. Just book a breakthrough call or email anywhere on my website, anywhere on my Instagram profile. Talk to me. We'll sort something out. And if you enjoyed this but want me to cover other topics, then please just message me and tell me, because I am here to help and I'd love to help you. Okay, stay strong.